A very good morning to one and all present here.
Every morning starts with a new page in your story. Make it a great one today. Pay attention to who your energy increases and decreases around. That's the universe giving you a hint on who you should stray from or stay around. A very good day to one and all present here virtually. I, Madhumita, Finance President, Shift 1, Self-Finance from the Department of BDA, make it a great pleasure to welcome you all to this webinar titled Biofuel Energy on the occasion of International Energy Efficiency Day. Prayer should be the key of the day and log of the night. Let's start this session with a prayer song.
सत्यव्रतम् सत्यपरम् त्रिसत्यम् सत्यस्य योनिम् निहितम् च सत्ये सत्यस्य सत्यम् हृतसत्यनेत्रम् सत्यात्मकम् त्वाम् शरणम् प्रपन्नाः वाणी गुणानुकतने श्रवणौ कथाया हस्तौ च कर्मसु मनस्तव पादयोनः स्मृत्यां शिरस्तव निवास जगत्प्रणामे दृष्टि सदा दर्शनेषु भवत्तनूना नमो भगवते तस्मै कृष्णायाद्भुतकर्मणे रूपनाम विभेदेन जगत्क्रीडति यो यतः शांति शांति।
I now call upon Madhumita Sundaram, Vice President, Shift 1, Self-Finance to welcome the gathering.
Rise up, start fresh, see the bright opportunity in each day. A very good morning to one and all present here. I, Madhumita Sundaram, Vice President of Shift 1, Self-Finance Stream from the Department of BCom ISM, feel privileged to be present in front of you all and welcoming everyone for the international webinar on biofuel energy. Honorable management, respected principal, vice principal, board aided and self-finance stream, faculties and fellow students. It gives me great pleasure in welcoming you all today. I'm very much obliged to welcome our today's chief guest, Dr. Veeramuthu Ashok Kumar Sir, Research Professor, Department of Chemical Technology from University of Thailand. We heartily welcome you, sir. Once again, I would like to wholeheartedly welcome you all. Thank you.
A great principle builds character, inspires dreams, encourages creativity, builds confidence, and instills a lot of learning. I now request our Honorable Principal, Madam Dr. Geeta, to welcome the speaker of the day.
A warm greetings to all who are here to celebrate International Energy Efficiency Day. India is most vulnerable to climate change since it is the biggest emitter of greenhouse gases. As part of its 2015 Paris Climate Agreement pledge, India plans to reduce its carbon footprint by 33 to 35% by 2030. India's vision for a biofuels future is to blend petroleum with 20% ethanol by 2025. As all of you know, ethanol is a biofuel obtained by fermenting the sugars from plants such as corn or sugarcane. Promoting the use of ethanol will reduce carbon emission and will have a better impact on the environment as well as the lives of farmers. Solar panels, Internet of Things can be employed to improve energy efficiency. We are very happy to have with us Dr. Veeramuthu Ashok Kumar, an research professor from Thailand, to address us on this important day. Students should be aware of the ways in which we keep our environment user-friendly by conserving energy efficiency. So this is a very nice topic, and Dr. Veeramuthu Ashok Kumar is here to just tell what his research is about this biofuel energy. And it is very essential that students know what are all the various ways in which we can conserve energy, and we can use whatever are the resources which are available in the best possible way, so that we make the planet in which we live more healthy, and we are also healthy and disease free also. So with these few words, I welcome the speaker who is here to address all our students. Have a nice day.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Rabiatul Bashira, Student Secretary, to give an introduction about the speaker. Our respected chief guest, Dr. Veeramuthu Ashok Kumar sir, did his MPhil in biotechnology at Periyar University, Salem in the year 2009 and PhD in algal biotechnology at University of Madras in the year 2013. He had been working in this field of microalgal biorefinery for biofuels and bioproducts for the past 12 years at academic and industrial level. During his research period, he had extensively worked on marine and freshwater microalgal species at large-scale cultivation through open raceway pond and closed-portal bioreactors. He has received many awards, in that Elsevier Reviewer Recognition Award for reviewing more than 30 ACI journals, and also received bronze medal in Industrial Art and Technology Exhibition in the year 2015. Also, he received many fellowship awards, namely Junior Research Fellowship, Anglo-Australian Senior Research, TRF, and University Technology Malaysia. He is an expertise in microalgal biomass production at commercial levels for biofuels and high value-added bioproducts. In addition, he has excellent experience in thermochemical techniques, torrefaction, biosynthesis, carbon dioxide mitigation, metallic ion production using microalgal biochar. He has published more than 70 peer-reviewed international journal articles and 2 book chapters. He was appointed as a chief guest for Chief Editorial for Environmental Technology and Innovation, Elsevier, in the year 2020. Also, he had served as an associate editor, reviewer, and editorial board member in scientific journals. Thank you, sir. We once again heartily welcome you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Hello?
Sir, you're audible.
Yeah, can you hear me, sir? Okay.
Yes, sir, we can.
One minute, ma'am. Can you able to see the PPT, ma'am?
Yeah, the last.
Yes, sir, it's visible. Yes.
It's okay now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, good morning to all. Thanks for your nice introduction, and I would like to thank the principal and other organizing committee for giving me this opportunity to talk about the biofuel related topic today. So, thanks once again. Today, I'm going to talk about advanced technologies in bioenergy. Let's go one by one. And this slide shows that the overall problems today, what the problems we are facing currently. Wait a minute. Okay. So the major issue is due to the population growth, the wastewater, the day-to-day wastewater discharge has been increased, like from industrial source or agricultural source or whatever, So there are a lot of industries. So municipal waste, okay. So due to the population, the wastewater issue started, and the same way fossil fuel depletions also started, and the other way due to industries, large amount of industrial flue gas also released to the environment. So these are the major issues right now we are facing. And because of these issues like wastewater, fossil fuel depletions, and fossil fuel usage problems, and this industrial flue gas, due to this, the global warming started. And here we are going to see the solution for this. All this, we can solve the wastewater issues and the fossil fuel depletions, and the problem is for fossil fuels and industrial flue gas. So today we are going to talk about the microalgae and its potential benefits for fuel productions. How these microalgae plays a vital role in solving all these problems. So let's begin with renewable and sustainable energy. What are renewable and what are this non-renewable energy? From the slide itself, you come to know that what are renewable and non-renewable energy. Coming to the renewable energy, solar energy, hydropower energy, geothermal, wind energy, and biomass. Okay, so today we are going to talk about biomass energy. So biomass is one among the renewable energy. And coming to the non-renewable energy, you can see from the slide like nuclear power, coal, natural gas, and fossil fuels, something like that. Let's talk a few things about solar energy. Solar energy, the 4/5 of the sun's energy fall on the ocean and drives the water cycle. Evaporation from the sea causes rain to fall on the land and resulting in the global hydro power resource. The remaining 1/5 of the sun's energy fall on the land and still is about 2,000 times greater than the world total energy demand. There are main three technology have been developed for capture the solar energy. The first one is passive solar. The second one is solar thermal and photovoltaic modules. So these are the major for capture this one. And coming to the wind energy, and the uneven heating of the Earth's surface by sun causing wind, and this heat is absorbed by the ground and water, then it transfers into the air, causing difference in the temperature, density, and pressures. So this causes the wind, and there are some different creative force to push around the air. Okay, like water that flows in the river, and wind contains an energy that can be converted into electricity using wind turbine. Currently, more than 20,000 wind turbines are used for generation of electricity around the world. The wind project can also be very stimulating for the local economy. Our topic is like biomass, so I'm not going to talk about this solar and wind energy much. Let's go with the biomass towards how the biomass is used for bioenergy and other value-added product. So this is a very important research right now. Currently, all the universities in the world, including from Oxford to local, like normal institutions, they started doing this research because we need a renewable and sustainable energy for the present scenario because of the population, because of the global issues like wastewater issues and and other thing is like flue gas. So here, that's why the researcher across the world, they focused their research on how to make a renewable and sustainable energy and other value-added products from the biomass. I think everyone heard about the 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G biofuels, isn't it? I don't know whether you are familiar with this one. What is meant by 1G biofuel? What is meant by 2G, like 2G, and what is 3G, and what is 4G? Okay, we are going to see that these are the important area you must know about this 1G to 4G. Okay, so here the solution that normally the biofuels are categorized into two categories like primary biofuels and secondary biofuels. Okay, so the primary biofuels is directly like in like 20 years or 30 years before, our elders, they used like firewood. This is also one kind of energy. Okay, so like direct burning of firewoods, wood chips and pellets and dried animal waste. Okay, so this is called as a primary biofuels. Okay, and coming to the modernized one is the secondary one, like processing the biomass to biofuel. So here they use the directly biomass like burning, and here we are going to process. How the process happens, like because the wood or any biomass contain carbohydrate, protein, or lipids, or some other like biomass like second generation biofuels like wood and other grasses have cellulose, hemicellulose, and lignins. Okay, how we are going to convert these into different biofuels? So if you look at the figure itself, you come to know what is meant by first 1G, what is meant by 2G, and what is meant by 3G, and what is meant by 4G, isn't it? So 1G, if you look at the picture, corn, wheat, millet, barley, and food crops. Okay, so these are the like 20 or 50 years ago, the research have been investigated. They started investigating this research, and they found they develop a biofuel through this food crops. The problem is the 1G, okay, the first 1G generation biofuels failed at commercial level because of anything which is used for food. We cannot use it for like fuels. Okay, there is a debate called food versus fuel debate. Okay, so once it is coming under food versus fuel debate, the first generation biofuel failed at commercial scale. So that's why the researcher moved towards the second generation biofuels. And what are the second what is meant by second generation biofuels, and what are the materials we used, like forest residues, agricultural residues, and energy crops? So these are coming under second generation biofuels. Okay, and the researcher also investigated doing many research on this one, and at commercial scale, these also have the problem with food versus fuel debate or other problems. So the researcher focused toward the jump to the third generation, that is called as 3G biofuels. And third generation biofuels is algae related biofuels. So we are in third generations. Okay, and this is based on the algae. Why here algae is considered as the main energy source is because they do not compete with the agriculture land. Okay, they do not compete with the food, they do not compete with anything, okay, like water source or land source, whatever. So it is freely available nature. If you have small land, you can grow the algae freely, so it won't disturb anybody else. Okay, so that's why this research, algal based research right now, the researcher working more on this algal research across the world. And here, normally for third generation biofuels, microalgae and macroalgae, like seaweeds, they can be used as a feedstock materials. So jumping towards the fourth generation biofuels, and this is typically based on the genetically modified plants or microbes. Okay, using this technology, the researcher going to develop a commercially viable research regarding fourth generation biofuels. So these are the message about fourth generation biofuels. And right now we are in third and fourth generation. First generation starch and second generation lignocellulosic, and third generation is the algae. So the same thing, like starch, like sugar cane and beet, sweet or something like that. And lignocellulose means like what are the sources, like agriculture biomass, forest biomass, or waste like municipal waste or agriculture waste or forest waste. Okay, this. And coming to the third is like microalgae and macroalgae, because microalgae and macroalgae contain lot of lipids, proteins, and carbohydrate, and some algae also contain some cellulose for biodiesel and bioethanol production. And this slide shows that biomass, that is lignocellulosic, what are the technologies, okay, and what are the main products they focus. What are the technology means, like biochemical, physicochemical conversions. So chemical processing, physical processing, biological processing. And if you look at the products like it's DME, say biofuel, biodiesel, and biobutanol, and some like advanced renewable fuels we can get from this lignocellulosic biomass. And thermochemical conversion, anyway, we are going to see about the thermochemical conversion process later. So thermochemical, normally there are two different types of conversion process. Okay, any biomass you can go for two different kind of conversion process. One is biological or physical or biochemical process. This is different. And thermochemical, in biochemical process, you will use some acid or base catalyst and do some. And here the temperature we follow is like 20 degrees Celsius to maximum 100 degrees Celsius. Okay, in biochemical conversion process. But thermochemical, like 100 degrees Celsius to 1500 degrees Celsius. Okay, just they are going to burn the biomass. Okay, so that is called as thermochemical conversions. Okay, and this is the overall product obtained from the lignocellulosic biomass, second generation. Even now, research also ongoing, like how to modify the products from the lignocellulosic biomass. Okay, so if you look at the product, there are a lot of products like coming to the biofuels from lignocellulosic biomass, like bio oil, biodiesel, bioethanol, biobutanol, biogas, biohydrogen, biobutanol, biogas, biohydrogen, syngas, and jet fuel. So these are coming under biofuels. Okay, and coming to the biochemicals, what are the biochemicals which we get from the lignocellulosic biomass? You see how many biochemicals, like hydroxymethylfurfural. This is like value-added biochemicals. Okay, and benzene, phenols, formic acid, malic acid, succinic acid, linoleic acid. There are a lot of chemicals. Okay, value-added chemicals. So these are the important research in this area. Okay, let's move towards the microalgae. Microalgae, like we have just got some overall information about like first generation, second generation fuels, and coming toward the third generation biofuels, it is typically focused on microalgae. So the microalgae is an organism formerly classified as plants occurring in fresh, brackish, and salt water that have chlorophyll and other pigments, but lack through stems, roots, and leaves. So normally algae is like two different types of algae. One is microscopic and macroscopic, like macroalgae, or otherwise called as seaweeds. I think everyone familiar with the microalgae and their product, isn't it? If you go to the market today, you can find that like a spirulina tablet. Okay, they take as a food additives. Okay, like high medicinal value also there, and macroalgae like seaweeds. Okay, so microalgae comprise a vast group of photosynthetic heterotrophic organisms that have an extraordinary potential for cultivation as energy crops and some medicinal bioproducts. Okay, you can go for that. And macroalgae is commonly termed as the seaweeds and or multicellular belongs to green, depend upon the pigmentations. Okay, they can be classified like a green or a red or a brown. And this is this slide shows that overall view about the microalgae can valorize into several sectors and markets. Okay, how these can be, because for growing microalgae we just need like the sunlight and water and carbon dioxide. Okay, so these are the major elements we need for growing microalgae. And if you look at the products they give is enormous, like nutraceutical agriculture product and some biochemicals, biofuels and food and something like that. If you look at the biofuels like bioethanol, biogas, same. Okay, and if you look at the food, it is used in pharmaceutical industry, like nutraceutical industries. Okay, like because they are rich in omega fatty acid and many things. And this slide shows that carbon capture and the biofuels, how this microalgae plays a role in this one. How, because why microalgae is called as a carbon neutral. Okay, carbon neutral means because today the major issues with fossil fuel is it releases enormous amount of carbon dioxide, isn't it? CO2. So because of CO2, global warming also increased. So to stop this one, if you grow, we need to go for the cultivating the third generation biofuels like microalgae, because for growing microalgae, if you want to grow 1 kilogram of microalgae, you need to give 1.8 kilogram of carbon dioxide, which means approximately 2 kilogram. Okay, so for growing 1 kilogram of biomass, the algae take from the atmosphere 2 kilogram of almost 2 kilogram of carbon dioxide, so that the carbon dioxide release, it also clean the environment. It also clean the wastewater, because you can also grow the microalgae in wastewater. Okay, even you can grow, because wastewaters are like rich in nitrogen and other micro and macronutrients. So you can directly grow the microalgae in wastewater after pre-treating the wastewater. Okay, you cannot dump directly. You need to go for certain like pre-treatment process. So after that you can use the wastewater, so that you can clean the environment and you can clean the like wastewater. Okay, so these two major issues will be solved, and the algae produce lot of bioproducts like biodiesel, bioethanol, so and so. Okay, so that's why algal research is right now is one of the major research and focused overall the world. And this is happening in microalgae. Like if you disturb the cell, okay, and what are the product? Okay, the major product in algal biomass is carbohydrate fraction, and the second one is protein, and third one is lipids. So these are the major components present in the algal biomass. Okay, if you go for like a carbohydrate fermentation, through fermentations, you can get the bioethanol and some value-added products and bioplastic, many things. Okay, and protein, value-added products. You can go for biogas productions and many things. And if you go for, take the lipid fraction, like you can go the process, you can develop a trans-esterification process. Trans-esterification process is a process which is developed for biodiesel production. So okay, just they trans-estify the lipids and convert them into biodiesel with the help of acid or base or enzymatic catalyst. Okay, and also some value-added products. So these are the overall major components and their application towards products. How microalgae is going to solve the like environment and environmental issues? Okay, as I told you earlier that if you see the waste, the waste gases like release, from the industries and fossil fuel usage, and same way water. Okay, and there are the process that you can go for like algal cultivation. And okay, you can go like water cycling, nutrition remediations, and so on. So, and if you look at the product here, nothing we given. Okay, just we given like CO2 in this, like waste CO2 and wastewater. With these two waste, we are going to convert. This is called as valorization, waste valorization, with the help of algae, and we get lot of products like animal feed, algal fuel, biofertilizer, biochar. Biochar also one of the important research right now, and biorefinery chemicals, nutraceutical and carotenoids. So this is one. And this slide shows the biorefinery aspects, that what is biology, ecology, and engineering, how the microalgae plays a vital role in these aspects. Okay. And this slide shows that how microalgae is a potential oil crops, okay, when compared to the other conventional crops. Like if you look at the conventional crops like corn, hemp, soybean, safflower, sunflower, okay, so these are called as like conventional crops, and they are oil productions per acre. Okay, if you look at the corn, 18 gallons per acre, and coming towards the microalgae, like 5,000 to 15,000 gallons per acre per year. So which means like 20 to 30 times higher than the other conventional crops. So that's why microalgae is one of the best source for biodiesel production. Okay, so because you have a doubt, like microalgae is a tiny organism, isn't it? How this can be solve all the needs of the world, isn't it? Like how it's going to solve the water issues, because it's a tiny and we cannot see through naked eye, isn't it? So microalgal cultivations, it can be cultivated under large scale. Okay, so by two different methods, like open recipients and closed photobioreactor systems. In open, what is meant by open recipient? You can grow the microalgae with the help of nutrients or wastewater or whatever the waste through a tank, open pond tank, and closed means like a reactor, okay, designed like in a closed system. Okay, so with these two systems, you can grow the microalgae, and there are different types of harvest also there, like batch and semi-continuous harvest. Okay, this picture shows that clear outline of ponds. Okay, open recipient. If you look at the top three, like open recipient, that is a rectangular pond, circular pond, and something, the same rectangular pond, which is like cost effective, like with the help of polythene sheet to reduce the cost. Okay, they use they take the land and they put the polythene sheet that they grow the microalgae. It's one of the cheapest technology. And if you look at that, the bottom three, like closed photobioreactor, it is like with the help of, it is made with the help of glass tubes and some low-cost polythene sheets and some plastic materials. Okay, so these are the different reactor system and raceways system for growing or producing microalgal biomass. Okay, and this is a comparative study of like how the microalgae is potential candidate when compared to other conventional crops. For example, if you see the left-hand side, what are the land use? Okay, land use, and just come down and see algal land use, just tiny, isn't it? And if you look at the corn, large, and coming towards the product side, okay, you can see the corn product is not attractive, and if you look at the algae, it is very high when compared to the corn. So this is the reason why the researcher focusing their research on microalgae as a third generation candidate, 3G. So microalgae in energy and environment. Okay, so microalgae, a clean technology fuel which makes the environment clean, as we discussed earlier, that the world biomass is bursting with the hope of for energy. Many look to algae as a renewable source to win the battle over the global warming and to provide the energy security for the country, for the society. In reality, algae holds great promise as a resource that, if developed correctly, could become a sustainable biomass for future energy and fuels. Algal biofuels contain no sulfur, no toxic, and are biodegradable. Okay, a number of strains produce microalgae with energy density comparable to the conventional fuels. The final is algae is a renewable source that can be carbon neutral, isn't it? What I told you earlier, the same way. Like carbon, what is meant by carbon neutral? To grow 1 kilogram of biomass, we need 2 kilograms of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. So this is called as carbon neutral. And burning the fuels balanced carbon capture. Okay, coming to the microalgae's energy. So what is meant by biofuels? What are the different types of biofuels? Okay, biofuels are derived from the biological materials through biomass conversion. They are renewable in nature. They are easy to grow and fast, in production. Because the another issue is, I think everyone is familiar with Jatropha, isn't it? In Tamil, we call it Amanakku, Katamanakku. So this research, using the Jatropha, I think 10 years before the research, bloomed like anything, and everyone focused on Jatropha for biodiesel production, because, and suddenly once they transferred to the commercial scale, that research got failure. Okay, the problem is in Jatropha carcass itself, there are 1,000 types of 1,000 different types of varieties. Okay, so we need to identify a particular variety which produce high lipid yield. Okay, like if you look at why, the another thing is why microalgae is one of the best third generation fuel is microalgae till now reported like 20 to 85% of lipids. You cannot imagine 85%. If you take the microalgae and put it in the slide, you can see, you can find the oil, spills over there. So that much accumulation. And for example, Jatropha carcass maybe 20% or 30%, and that too only particular species can produce. So that's why this Jatropha carcass, failed at commercial. So that's why the research focused on algae. Okay, so what are the types of, and also algal biofuel can significantly reduce greenhouse gas emissions and foreign oil dependency. Okay, what are the types? Like bioethanol is a biofuel, biodiesel is a biofuel, biogasoline is a biofuel, and biobutanol, biomethane, and jet fuel. Jet fuel is used in the jet engine, okay, aircraft. These all are derived from biomass and particularly microalgae. And this is a self-factory that how these microalgae synthesize. For example, the microalgae have 3 major components. One is protein, and that can be converted into value-added products or biogas, and carbohydrate fraction, the second one, and it can be converted into bioethanol and other so many value-added products. And the third important component is lipids. It can be used as a value-added chemicals like value-added lipids like omega fatty acid and ECOSA EPA, okay, ECOSA pentoic acid and biodiesel, and also algae also rich source for hydrogen production. Okay, so you see 4 different fuels and a lot of medicinal products we get from the single cell of micro algae. Coming to the biochemical conversion process, as I told you earlier, like how the process, play a role in production of biodiesel, ethanol, and the gas. Okay, microalgal biodiesel. What is biodiesel? Microalgal biodiesel, a monoalkyl ester produced via acid or base catalyst. Okay, transesterification process. Okay, with the help using the lipids. It it is capable of replacing the petrol diesel in diesel engines. What are the advantage over when compared to the conventional diesel? Okay, conventional diesel is a petrol diesel. Advantage, it is renewable, same what we discussed earlier, carbon neutral, low flash point, reduce emissions, no sulfur, high lubricity, biodegradable, so and so. Okay, and this is a major things. And if you look at the many countries, they started doing like blending the biodiesel, like like B20, B30, B10, and B40. What is meant by B10, B20? Okay, you have the doubt. B10 is like a 10% of biodiesel, which you obtain from any biomass algae or some 2G diesel or 1G diesel. Okay, and that can be blended with 90% of conventional diesel. Conventional diesel is a petrol diesel. Okay, like a 10:9 ratio. Okay, like 20% of biodiesel means like B20, like this. Okay, that is D for blending ratio B. And coming to the ethanol, what is bioethanol? Ethanol is a colorless and a clear liquid used to substitute a petrol diesel fuel for road transport. Okay, and this is one of the important diesel in automobile. Many countries, they are well established with this technology. Particularly the top producer of bioethanol in the world, United States of America, that is you can see the liters, and Brazil, China, European Union, India, and India is the 5th place. Okay, for production of bioethanol. And this slide shows the overall view regarding what are the major systems, major process happening in the microalgal process, like finally like sunlight, wastewater, carbon dioxide. These are the major source we are going to give. And for this algal research, you need to select a particular species, because some algae can produce like 10% lipids, some algae can produce like 5% lipids, some algae can produce like up to 50 to 60 or 70% of lipids. So depends upon the lipid, what your targeted product, you have to select the species, and you need to grow like laboratory scale, and finally you can go transfer to the large scale and harvesting process, then go for the product extractions. Okay, so like harvesting, like there are different processes like centrifuge, centrifugations, filtrations, coagulation, flocculation, sedimentations, and for cultivations, as we told that like open system or closed systems or lagoon ponds. And the products same, ethanol, methane, oil, something like that. Okay, so what is carbon neutral? Carbon neutral, like not only algae does burns clean fuel, but it needs carbon dioxide to grow, as we discussed earlier, like all plants, of course, which removes the greenhouse gas from the atmosphere. And that's why algae are nearly carbon neutral fuel. Okay, now, okay, maybe within 10 minutes or 5 minutes, I will finish this. And now coming towards the we have seen the like a biochemical process, isn't it? As I told you, biochemical process, the temperature is very important. We won't increase the temperature, you know, like above like 120 degrees Celsius. Okay, but here in thermochemical process, if you look at this slide carefully, microalgae and the feedstock. Okay, in left hand side you can see the what are the feedstock and what are the thermochemical conversion types and what are the operating conditions and what are the main products. We list out over here. And feedstock, any biomass you can use, either microalgae or second generation or first generations. Okay, biomass. And coming to the conversion process, thermochemical conversion process are divided into 4 different types. One is torrefaction, and the second one is liquefaction, and third one is pyrolysis, and fourth one is gasification. Okay, so this is different, depends upon the biomass and depends upon the process. They give they release the products like a solid, liquid, or gas. In this process, only 3 different types of products you get. Either it can be a solid, or it can be a liquid, or it can be a gas. Okay, and the conditions are given here, and the main product. Solid is nothing but biochar. Okay, what is meant by solid? Because right now, biochar, solid is considered as a solid bioenergy or solid biofuel. It plays a vital role, okay, in this present scenario. And liquid like biocrude, okay, and gas like methane or other gases. Okay, so these are the major 3 products. Whatever the process you follow, you will get the 3. And temperature, if you look at the temperature like 200 to 1000 degrees Celsius, because when we also do some research on like metallic ion conversion using the microalgal biochar. Okay, in olden days, till now the the industries follow that for if you want to produce a steel or iron material, they will go for a blast furnace and coke and limestone on the material, and this is also coming under fossil fuel. Okay, so that's why now renewable process started using a biochar. They can mix with the like iron ore like hematite, magnetite, and oosite. These are the major iron ores. These can be converted into ion, metallic ion, with the help of biochar. Okay, so biochar plays a vital role in many applications. And I specifically focused, this slide specifically focused on pyrolysis. If you look at this slide, the pyrolysis is one among the thermochemical processes. And here we point out what is pyrolysis and what are the types and modes and reactors and products. Okay, like pyrolysis, this is a process, and there are different types of pyrolysis process: slow pyrolysis, fast pyrolysis, catalyst basis biolysis, and microwave assisted pyrolysis. Okay, and the reactor systems. And here the major product is like char or lipid or gas. Okay, non-condensable gas. Okay, microalgae biomass in biochar production. Okay, coming to the biochar. What is biochar? Biochar is nothing but it is type of a charcoal. Okay, just anything burned. If you burn a biomass, and you will get a char. That is called as biochar. So okay, like it's like a normal charcoal. That's it. But biologically made. Okay, how the process, from biomass to biochar, like biomass okay started, and pyrolysis the second process, and third biochar activation like physical and chemical process, and what are the important applications of biochar, like modern applications, absorbent, fuel, catalyst, soil amendment, and additives. Okay, these are the main applications of biochar. Okay, so this slide shows the overall view about the biochar application, how the biochar plays a vital role in medicine and energy production, cosmetics like soap, skin cream, therapeutic bath additives, and exhaust filter in aircon, air conditioner, they use biochar, okay, charcoal. Even nowadays, you can find the advertisement in the TV. They simply play that in the toothpaste and cake or bun or bread, okay, they filled with okay, biochar. So biochar, at this present scenario, it is very important, medicinal value products. Okay. Okay, then exhaust filters like controlling emissions, room air, and filters. Okay, and painting, it also plays a vital role in painting, like food colorant and industrial paints, and carbon material like carbon fibers and plastic, and metallurgy. Finally, metallurgy. Metallurgy is a process I told you earlier, that how this this biochar can replace the coke and limestone, and can bind with the like iron ores like hematite, magnetite, and oosite. These are the major iron ores. Okay, you can do this process and get the metallic ion. So this is one of the important research in this present scenario. And this, I think this is a common information I shared here. This is a world first flight powered by 100% of algae biofuels. Okay, normally we discuss about B10, isn't it? Like 10% of biodiesel and 90% of diesel. And this is 100%. Okay, here no B10 or B20. So researcher, okay, from EDAS, is European Aeronautic Defense and Space, okay, makers of, they are specialists in Airbus making and lot of defense, transport aircraft. They announced the completion of first flight powered by entirely algae-based biofuels. Okay. Okay, and previously this kind of research, okay, has been developed by Japanese group, and it also tested in Japanese airlines, and using the camelina as a feedstock for aviation fuel. Okay, and they found that the carbon emission reduced up to 84% over to conventional fuels. Okay, so this is very important. You see, 84% they reduce when compared to the conventional diesel. So it's very good. Okay, coming to the conclusion. Okay, I end up now. Okay, biofuel provide 2.7% of world transportation in 2015, and which is expected to rise 28% by 2050. However, most of the biofuel produced till date is from crops that can be used as a food or feed. Okay, that is called as a food versus fuel debate. So the helpful in developing an integrated biorefinery aspect. Okay, so this is called as biorefinery. What is it called as biorefinery? Okay, I forgot to tell this word. Biorefinery is a process that, okay, any product area, sorry, any biomass, if you go for a multi-process, okay, like you won't target, for example, I want to take a microalgae biomass and I want to focus for biodiesel. That is not a biorefinery, because microalgae have lipids, proteins, and carbohydrate. You can take the lipid fraction and convert them into biodiesel, and take the carbohydrate fraction and convert them into ethanol, and take the protein used for like a medicinal or nutraceutical or biogas. Okay, and okay, single biomass with multiple products, and also associated with wastewater treatment and atmospheric CO2 removal. So these are the integrated process called as biorefinery system. Okay, and helpful in developing an integrated biorefinery approach for sustainable production of biofuels in the form of biodiesel, ethanol, gas, and coupled with wastewater treatment and CO2 sequestration. Also, it reduces dependency of imported crude oil, okay, and enhances our country's energy security, and also create a new employment opportunity for the younger generation. So that's why algal research as a third generation biofuel plays an important role in this present scenario. So students, you must focus on this kind of research in future. So definitely you can travel around the world. Okay, whatever it may, like medicine, you can go with the second or third generation, or like medicinal research, or like engineering based research, or whatever it may. algae-based or any biomass-based research. It's the most wanted research at present. Okay, thanks again for your patient listening. Use any greener and save our Mother Nature. Thanks for your kind attention. Any questions, please? You're welcome.
Students are requested to post your doubts in the chat box.
Sir, how we can produce algae by ourselves, sir?
For what purpose you want to produce algae by yourself?
Just I want to know how to produce algae by ourselves.
Okay. No, I'm just asking this question. Okay, anyway, it's good question that this is because if you have a need, for example, I want to grow microalgae like spirulina. I want to make my own algae for a protein supplement, okay? Or I want to grow another microalgae which is rich in astaxanthin, okay? For which is high beneficial in high potential in medical research. So it depends upon your targeted focus and like either small scale. If you want to use by yourself, you can make a small scale. This is nothing but you can make a small tank like fish tank, like 10 liter, sorry, 100 liters or 200 liter, okay, size pond, and you can use there is a basic research on this one. You can use some supplements, nutrition supplement. You can grow. Or if you want to start up a company, okay, you can go for a large scale. It's very easy, up to your need and up to your thoughts. You can grow even if you have the plastic bag, like a 10-liter plastic bag or 100-liter plastic bag, you can grow the microalgae. Just you purchase the microalgae from some other source and you can store in a temperature environment, okay, in your house or some room, wherever you want, okay. Then you can, if you have any idea, you can cultivate by your own. It's good.
Sir, where we can purchase that algae, sir?
There are a lot of sources. Okay, even you can isolate from the nature environment. That's why I told you, that is depends upon your targeted. For example, you want a protein supplement, you can go for like a spirulina or chlorella, or if you want to go for like carotenoids, okay, like astaxanthin or carotenoids, you can go for Haematococcus or chlorella. You can isolate by yourself, or you can get some from some institutions. Pay some meager amount, or if you have some friends, they give freely. Like just one ml of culture is more than enough to develop a 1 lakh liter within 6 months. So it's very easy. Any questions?
Sir?
Yes, madam.
By growing algae, it gives pleasant environment surrounding.
Definitely.
Because it produces oxygen, so it give pleasant environments surrounding.
I have a question that, okay, do you think that, this is a question, which candidate, okay, clean the environment more, either plants or algae? So here, algae is one of, when compared to plant, okay, like trees and other things, algae plays a vital role in capturing the CO2. So algae definitely give the pleasant environment. Since you are not growing the toxic algae, like cyanobacteria, some cyanobacteria also there, they releases some toxin, okay, so that's why you need to choose the good algae. Okay, there are a lot of some toxic chemicals released algae also there. So you need to choose the algae and go for that.
Sir, which algae you thinking good to grow?
No, that is what I need. I want to go for a biodiesel production. I want to start up a company, or I want to go for a protein supplement, and I want to take only with my family. Okay, depends upon your need. For example, if I have a laboratory, I can develop energy-based crops like microalgae, which produce high lipids. Okay, and also like value-added chemicals, which algae produce. Okay, used in highly used in medicinal or nutraceutical. Okay, for example, if you go to the market, you can see the spirulina tablet. Okay, they can take every day for as a protein supplement. Okay, it gives energy to your body. And okay, so in this case, I go for like astaxanthin or carotenoid production algae. Or if I want to go for an energy based and want to set up a company, like some other algae like Botryococcus or chlorella, so many algae also there. Why you want to start up a company?
No, sir. I just eager to know about that because
Yeah.
I watched one film in that they produce algae in out of the planet. So I asked how to produce algae by our own.
It's very easy. If you have like basic knowledge, you can do it. Any other question?
Thank you, students. Thank you, sir, for patiently answering all the queries. It was a very enlightening session, sir. Now, I would like to call upon Sharada, MG President, to propose the vote of thanks.
Thankfulness is the beginning of gratitude. Gratitude is the completion of thankfulness. Gratitude is shown in acts. A warm afternoon to everyone present here. I, Sharada C., UG President, Self-Finance Team, feel privileged to propose the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I would like to express my gratitude to our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Veeramuthu Ashok Kumar Sir, Research Professor, Department of Chemical Technology, University from Thailand, who despite of his busy schedule has found time to grace this session by delivering informative speech on the topic biofuel energy on the occasion of International Energy Efficiency Day. A heartfelt thanks to our management, our principal madam, Dr. R. Geeta, our vice principals, Madam Dr. M.S. Rekha, Aided Stream, Madam Dr. S. Sita Lakshmi, Self-Finance Team for their fullest support. I wholeheartedly thank all our faculty members for their motivation and guidance. I express my thanks to our students who attended this webinar. Last but not least, I thank the Lord Almighty for everything that's happening right now. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I request all the panelists to switch on their video to take a snap. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your patience, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, madam. Okay, I will leave now.